Jump in my 6'4" and let the top dine. Trunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on 4. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side ho. DJ Screw got me falling asleep. This is how we do it in that 713.
Welcome to Sports with Balls. Here are your hosts, Jeff Michael, Lauren Leal, and Grant Miles.
Welcome in to Sports with Balls. We are so happy to be back with you. Oh my gosh, Jeff, you posted these pictures of the cutest kids, your kids.
Why do I still feel very far away? It's weird. I feel like y'all are sitting at a different table than me.
Well, we are.
Well,
You can come on over here. I don't
I
mind.
totally get that, but it's funny as hell. But hey, listen, happy holidays, everybody. Welcome back, man. We've been gone for a minute. Golly, it feels so awkward.
It's only been 1 week, though.
It just feels like it's been forever.
It does.
And then we thought we were going to be without Lauren today, but come to find out, Lauren blessed us. That's what you said.
I said I was leaving Tuesday.
No, even on the last show, we said, you're like, oh, I won't be here for the next one. Anyways, we'll go back and look at that. But thank you guys for paying attention.
I walked in.
Go back and fact check me because I'm pretty sure I said I'd be here.
No.
And then I saw you. I was like, oh.
What?
She is going to be here.
That's why you don't text me anymore.
Hey, we weren't here last week, but Johnny was.
Yeah. For those of y'all that did not know this is pretty funny.
Johnny
Merry
thinks
Christmas.
It's freaking hilarious.
I'm in Florida.
Johnny said Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Yeah, I didn't feel a lot of love in that Merry Christmas.
Johnny shows up here to record the show, and none of us are here because we didn't have the show. Well, we were supposed to. Lauren had the laryngitis.
We were supposed to, but Lauren messed it up.
Lauren had the jitis.
I had no voice. No, like all of a sudden I check my phone and I get a text from Johnny like, hey, send me the drills. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm in Florida. Like, what? We don't have a show. And then I get a nice text from Johnny personally.
I bet.
I want to know how Christmas is in Florida. I've always wanted to do that, where it's warm and
at the
sunny.
pool. I was at the beach. It was man, I had a good time. Christmas was amazing. Parents got to see the kids, which doesn't happen too often. So it was fun. They had a good time opening presents with my parents, and that's what it's all about. We did the whole family thing.
What are your parents called for them?
For the kids?
Poppy and Nana.
Poppy, that's cute.
Yeah, Poppy. Yeah.
All right.
What do they call you? Just Dad?
Yeah, just Dad or Daddy. Yeah, that's it.
Cute.
Sometimes if my daughter, she's here tonight, you might see she'll be like, Jeff Michael. She really will. And I'm like, really?
Wow.
I just met her tonight. She's such a sweetheart.
They learned that at a young age.
How about your kids?
What's up, Ted?
Your two little girls. What do they call you and your grandparents?
Dad. Just call me Daddy. My BB and Pop and Grammy and Mimi and Granddad.
Mimi, yeah. I had a Mimi.
BB and Pop.
Yep.
How cute.
Yep.
How cute. Well, I don't really.
Yeah.
Can't contribute to this conversation much. So.
What do you say?
Welcome in. Like we said. Oh my gosh. What? Okay. Welcome.
Well, that took a sharp turn.
Oh man, listen. There was a lot of sports. There's a lot of sports that went on before we get into Lauren Leal's personal life. A lot of sports.
No, let's just not even go there. Let's just stick to this.
We already know what you did in high school. Look, it's all right.
Yeah.
And we know where you went to college. We know you're the hottest cheerleader. Cougs. We know like all that. So we can
if I'm running down my resume, let's go.
We'll do that. We'll do that next week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope you guys had a great Christmas. There was a ton. Golly, this is gonna be a fun show. There was a lot of sports that went on. Yesterday's football games were fantastic. Saturday football games were fantastic. Tonight's game should be very interesting. By the way, Josh Allen, please just don't show up. Be great for a fantasy league.
NBA had some upsets as well, so we'll talk a little bit about that too.
Grant's this is a good show for Grant.
This
is a good show.
Yesterday was pretty dope.
Cowboys, Mavericks. I mean, yeah.
64 shows in, and this is Grant's favorite one. I promise.
64.
Yeah.
I could have been a lot. This isn't just this yesterday, but I'll take it though. Yesterday was awesome.
You got to be feeling like $1 million, man.
Look, Ted, Juan, Brandon, Lottie, Lori, all you guys, thank y'all for paying attention. We're going to get to some sports right now. Let's kick it off with the drill with Lauren, brought to you by Joe Applewhite. Joe Applewhite Realty, 713-291-5270. Looking for anywhere to move in Houston, in Dallas, San Antonio, Austin. In fact, I think he just did one in not Florida, somewhere else, but he did one out of state. This guy's one of the most impressive realtors. I know he'll like that. That I've ever known, and helped Lauren out here with a couple of things. And Joe Applewhite Realty. So call him for all your realtor needs.
Yes,
that's right. And now it is time to get to the drill with myself, Lauren Leal. We'll start it off with the Washington football team releasing former first-round pick Dwayne Haskins today, followed by a social media tweet last night. Did you see this, guys? Him partying without a mask, but it looks like he's at a strip club.
Because he had one good game.
After losing to the Panthers. I know, right? So they released him today. He played for 2 seasons with Washington, totaled at 2,804 yards, 12 touchdowns, with 14 interceptions in 2 years.
I mean, Haskins, he played decent. He got the start, but I don't think he has any priors. You know, I don't know his personal things. I don't think he's been in trouble with the law or whatever. It's weird that he got released like that quickly. But I think this is the Panthers kind of flexing their nuts a little bit. I think this is Ron Rivera kind of saying, "Hey, I own this team, and I'm gonna lay my foot down."
Yeah, it definitely shows you Ron Rivera is Dan Snyder's basically giving Ron Rivera said this is your team, so he's running it. But Haskins. Haskins has been one of those guys, like even Urban Meyer told him, because, the coaches always talk to the college coaches, and Urban Meyer told him, with this guy, he's really talented. You're just going to have a lot of patience.
Yep.
And Ron Rivera, I guess, doesn't have any.
Apparently, he has zero. So, see you later, Haskins. But listen, just one quick note on that. With the backup situation around the NFL, Haskins will have another chance.
I think he'll be a solid backup for sure.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I do too.
Absolutely.
I do too.
He's going to count $8 million in dead cap against their cap next year.
Oh, that hurts.
Yikes. All right, so we will move on to the next one, and it is some sad news, but it was historical. So the knuckleballer who rode his ball into the Hall of Fame, if you're wondering, Phil Niekro, is that what I was saying? He passed at the age of 81 due to cancer. He had 5 All-Star appearances, learned the knuckleball from his father. It was really cool. He said they were just throwing around in an article. They were just throwing around the ball in the backyard. He was like, you know what, try it like this, son, and then took off with it. He had a no-hitter on August 5th, 1973.
As far as I know,
get a chance to watch?
Yeah, as far as I know, that's the only no-hitter by a knuckleballer. That's a really, really hard trait. And if you watch knuckleballers, they're impressive. Like it's crazy to watch.
I know. I watched some of his clips today, and I was just like, man,
the ball just moves and it's slow, and it just drops out of nowhere.
Crazy.
Yeah, and I think he's the only knuckleballer in the Hall of Fame as well.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, like you said, 3.35 ERA for his career. That's excellent for awesome. A guy that's a knuckleball pitcher. Yeah. You think of the knuckleball, you think of Phil Niekro.
Yep.
I think of Phil Niekro, and then of course as a Ranger fan, Charlie Huff, and then you've got some other guys out there that are knuckleballers, but definitely
it's a lost art for sure.
Absolutely.
Man, we really are in the all green. Sorry to take it away from Phil for a second.
Well,
I just looked over at you.
I got a little bit more. I don't know.
Meat on you?
Yeah, correct.
Is anybody wearing anything they got for Christmas?
It's Christmas. It's
for
holiday
Christmas.
season.
You know? Are you
Did
wearing anything for Christmas
that you got
for Christmas?
No.
I'm wearing my shoes. I got new shoes for Christmas.
You got new shoes?
Congratulations.
I like them.
No, I'm saying that's awesome. That's nice.
I will say
that's fantastic.
I have a new purse, and I wear it here. I'm not technically wearing it right now, but if you're on the podcast, obviously you should hop on and see us on Facebook Live, because that's where we are right now, where you can actually see.
Yes, follow us on.
That's right.
Follow us on all of our social media
Is that called
platforms.
a bomber jacket? Is that what that is?
It is, and I wasn't planning on wearing it tonight.
Okay.
It's just so cold in here.
Well, our ratings are skyrocketing right now, Lauren. So keep going. I guess.
Put on a little
bomber
jacket.
jacket.
All right, let's keep talking about fashion. No, I'm just kidding. You guys would kill me. Okay, we're going to move on to the next drill, and that is our man in Kansas City. I don't know if he's our man, but he's the man. Travis Kelce is the first tight end in NFL history with 2 100-catch seasons. It happened during a touchdown drive the Chiefs had before halftime on Sunday's Chiefs versus Falcons game. Did y'all notice this at all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Travis Kelce it's going to be difficult for any tight end. Well, who knows how the game's going to progress in the future, but That's a lot to live up to as far as tight ends go. I mean,
He's a
even
beast.
Kittle was like giving it up to him in a tweet. Like that's
How lucky are you if you're Kansas City? Tony Gonzalez,
Yeah,
Travis Kelce.
You've had two of the greatest in your,
they're 1-2, but they're going to be 1-2 all time
Yes.
in most tight end categories. He's more of a wide receiver. He's Mahomes' go-to man.
Yeah.
I just saw a stat on TV just when you were talking about that. His last touchdown catch was there was only 0.7 yards of separation. I mean, like Mahomes can put it on Kelce and the guy can just catch the ball. So good luck to anybody that's playing them. I honestly think that people are like, oh, they're not playing that good. They're not good in the red zone. I think Kansas City's bored. Like
That's what I was going to get
Yeah.
to as well. I think, like, where do you find the motivation when you
Yeah.
just win? Because they barely slid past this weekend, the Falcons, 17-14. But we can get into that a little bit later on. But congratulations, Travis Kelce.
1,416 yards, like you said, and you said that right because I really wasn't listening.
Are we looking at her computer?
1,416 yards.
Seen these little blinders like the horses have for me?
yeah, exactly.
Like, what you got over there?
One of those privacy screens.
That's kind of good,
Yeah.
actually. I need to get one of those
but
because of you, Jeffrey.
leads
That's
the
not true.
NFL. Leads the NFL in receiving yards. 1,416. That's awesome.
What's up, Link Livingston? Man, miss you. Happy Christmas to you and everybody, especially your sister Lacey. That's my old neighbors, man. They lived across the street from me all through high school and everything. Coolest kids ever. I talked to Link before. He had like a 0.
That's an awesome story.
He had like a 4 or 5% chance of living in cancer, and he beat it.
Damn.
Incredible
Well, it's
odds.
crazy. Link, yeah.
Incredible.
He's awesome.
Congrats to you
Good guy.
on that. That's amazing. Vincent.
I got him to smoke his first cigarette after he beat it. Like, what an idiot, right?
Yeah, great guy. This is a great guy right here.
I did.
Right
Link will
after
even tell you.
saying
Link will tell you.
literally, you say
I
that after he
know,
beat
I
cancer,
know.
and then I got him to focus
He-
for a cigarette.
So I swear to you, and then like we're driving around the neighborhood in the golf cart, and he like took a puff out of it because I was smoking. He's like 2 grades younger than me, right? So like he gets this massive buzz and falls out of the golf cart because he saw the tobacco. Oh my!
This is awesome.
I'm sorry, but it's a funny story.
It's hilarious. I agree with you. It's
Link, you
funny.
know what I'm talking about,
It's
Dan.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is good. I like this. It's good.
Look, I'm a
Okay.
great influence. Bring
You
your kids
are.
around.
You are.
Yeah.
Okay, so sports.
Okay, Vincent said green looks good on y'all. Thanks so much, Vincent. We
Man,
appreciate
Vincent,
it. We
I appreciate you
it.
saying y'all. I really do appreciate that because
Are
everybody
you-
else
is he
is
a northerner?
Lauren. So the y'all
Oh,
thing, the y'all
gotcha,
thing
gotcha.
is awesome.
I thought you were saying he was a northerner. All right, let's get back to the sports. That wraps up my drill. But before we get into tonight's game, we got to thank some people, and we will first go, of course, to Hybrid Technologies Group. They will help you with all of your reliability services that you need as far as phones, cable services, surveillance cameras, cloud services, you name it. Roy Stanton and his group will hook you up at 832-336-1201. That is Hybrid Technologies Group. Call them, mention Sports with Balls, and you'll get a discount.
Before we get to Grant's amazing construction
okay.
concepts thing, I forgot the. Well, yeah, I technically I did forget the hats because I had to. For my road trip, I didn't want the kids to stomp on them because I
Yeah.
drove to Florida.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
get into that later, but
Yeah.
drove to Florida. So the hats. Sorry, construction concept. I don't have your hat
And
up here, but
And if you're listening to this and you don't know what he means by that, exactly. We normally have props on the tables, and there's hats from our sponsors, and that's what he's referring to.
it's
Yes.
$1,000.
So Grant-
It's $1,000 per hat to be up here if anybody's listening and wants to.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
wants to-
Grant, take it away, Grant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Construction Concepts is who you're talking about. They are changing corporate culture one design at a time from hospitality, corporate, luxury retail, and medical facilities. Their team of experts can update or create a space that exceeds your expectations. Give them a call at 713-589-2682. That's buildithouston.com.
Love it.
I just have a question. I have a question for you, Grant.
All right.
Did you do any singing over the holidays, like carols,
No.
follow? I could see you be like follow la 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 la.
Absolutely not. That is the last thing I would do.
I would love to hear that.
I couldn't see that
I
at
would
all.
love to
That'd be
hear.
terrible.
I would love to hear you do.
No, but you're the
that
only
phrase.
person that wants to hear that. The only person.
I got to tell you, though, Grant, my mom did like your family photos. You had some nice pictures put up on Instagram with you and the kids and the wife and everything. So those are pretty good pictures.
Aww.
Good photos.
What a stalker.
Follow us. Follow
I'm just
us.
kidding.
His mom's checking me out. That's cool. I like
No,
that.
that's very sweet. I'm just kidding.
Sorry, Mom. So, anyways, follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Follow our podcast on all of your podcasts, wherever you get it from. There's like 100 of them. So, anywhere. We're on Apple iTunes.
We're on them.
Talk to your Alexa. Talk to anything on your phone. We're on there. Just say Sports with Balls, and you'll find Lauren, myself, and Grant.
That's right.
That's right. All right, so let's get into the NFL. Everybody wants the Packers and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. The New York Jets win 2 in a row this weekend after the victory over the Browns, 23-16, and the Packers beat down the Titans 40-14. Now, let's get into tonight. As you were mentioning, Josh Allen in the Bills versus the Patriots. The Bills are sitting at 11-3, while the Pats are 6-8. The Bills clinch their first AFC East title in 25 years.
So sit Josh Allen.
Bills took the win
Bills
in
gonna
last time these teams match up. They took the win in Week 8, 24-21. Buffalo are 7-point favorites. Is there any hope for the Patriots?
I think so. Belichick in these situations always has something to prove. Again, he's really good versus rookie quarterbacks. I know Josh Allen is putting together a spectacular season. And, Josh is not a rookie, but he is in his second year. And, Belichick's good at stuff like this. You think the Bills going to come out there and just run over the Patriots, but I think that this will be closer. You mentioned it was 24-21 in the previous game, so I would think this will be. I'm hoping it's low scoring, but I think it'll be a pretty close game.
I think the over/under is around 46.
Yeah. So you have two strengths going against each other. You have Buffalo, which would you have believed me if I told you when the season started, Buffalo would be top 5 in Week 16 in points scored, ranked 5th. And second in the NFL in passing yards per game.
Wow.
There's no way that anybody would have thought that.
I wouldn't have thought Stefan Diggs would have had the season he's having. He's having a
Correct.
career year.
Yeah.
And then Josh Allen literally coming to, top 5 to 7 quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah. But like I said, you got two strengths tonight. You got the Buffalo Bills passing attack versus what is the best part of the defense for the Patriots, which is their passing defense. So, you like to think, Buffalo -7, absolutely. But Belichick always seems to win games like this.
I know.
Games that you don't expect them to win, games that they're counted out. They're out of the playoffs for the first time since 2008, I think it was, which is berserk.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's nuts.
So that makes me nervous, especially in New England.
Poor Bledsoe.
So you're saying the Patriots do have a chance?
I'm saying they have a chance. I'm not saying I would necessarily believe that they'll win it.
I'm saying Patriots plus the 7
But
points.
Patriots plus the 7 is really intriguing.
Yeah.
Just because it's Bill Belichick.
Yep.
It's Bill Belichick.
He's got some defensive stuff, and if he's
All right.
played you.
So both of y'all are taking.
New England should have won the game the first time they played, but Cam Newton fumbled that football, and when he fumbled the football, that gave the game away. But New England, if anybody remembers, was going in to score.
Yes, they were.
And they were going to win that game.
Cam in the goal line.
It was close, I think within 10 yards.
Line.
Yeah.
It was
within 10 yards.
Yeah,
I know that.
and
It
he
was
fumbled,
close. Yeah.
And that's why I say, can Cam Newton actually do this? We know what Bill can do with the brains.
Cam needs to retire.
Well, I can tell you this: they're showing the game here at Christian Tailgate, and they're showing Stidham warming up. So I would not be shocked if Cam starts and he doesn't do anything.
I think Cam's shoulder is still. I think his shoulder's still messed up. Like
put Stidham in.
Dude, he just doesn't look right anymore.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't at all. And then just running around all that. It shows you what happens. Lamar Jackson's getting up the same way.
I said last game he had me fooled.
You think there's going to be a Fitzmagic situation here?
Yeah.
I don't think like that.
In a little bit.
I don't think like that.
I can't wait.
I don't think like that.
We'll get
Hall
into
of
that in a little
Fame.
bit.
Yeah, the Hall of Famers.
So both of y'all are taking New England, though.
I'll take New England.
I'll take New England with the points. Yeah.
You are.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. All right. Next, we'll go to. We'll recap some of the games that happened over the weekend. The 49ers versus the Cardinals. The Niners took it 20-12. C.J. Beathard, the third string, stepped in, completed 13 of 22 passes for 187 yards, which honestly isn't that great, but it was his career high of 3 touchdown passes. San Francisco rushed for 227 yards. That's been their most rushing yards since Week 8
Without
of
Mostert.
last year against the Panthers. George Kittle was back, who played 28 snaps, caught
helped.
4 of 5 targets for 92 yards. So obviously there's no postseason excitement going on here for the 49ers. Is Jimmy Garoppolo back?
Well, I've seen things where they talk about Jimmy Garoppolo not being on the team next year and potentially going other routes at the quarterback position.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what I'll say, though, which is I can get on my Longhorn rant about Kyle Shanahan. I'd love to see Kyle Shanahan as a head coach of the University of Texas. But Kyle Shanahan's a terrific head coach.
Yes.
There's no reason San Francisco should be competitive at all. Their injury list is lengthy.
Mm-hmm.
They've lost a ton of players. Their starting running backs haven't been playing. They've gone through 3 quarterbacks. I mean, but this team stays competitive week in, week out. Kyle Shanahan's a great coach.
I'll go on the flip side of that with the Cardinals. Like, who are they? Like, where this team and Kyle Murray, it's so wishy-washy. You know, you had Hopkins and Murray beginning the season, like, wow, they're going to be unbelievable, almost unstoppable.
Yeah.
And then I guess defensive coordinators maybe figured out Kyle Murray. They'll kill a great opponent and then come back and lose, 20-12 to the San Francisco 49ers with backups.
I mean, you look at the exciting Hail Mary that happened earlier this season, too, from Kyler.
Hail Murray.
Hail Murray.
Hail Murray.
Hail Murray, that's right. I was like, what?
Also, too, you got San Francisco, their defensive coordinator, Aranda. That's Aranda, right? Isn't that his name? What's his name?
Who?
I've lost it all of a sudden. San Francisco's defensive coordinator.
I forgot. I mean, that's your specialty.
I know. For whatever reason, I've just drawn a complete blank. But he also, the way that they defended against Kyler Murray, the defensive line, they kind of boxed him in. Robert Saleh, that's right. I was thinking of Rhonda, the LSU defensive coordinator that's now at Baylor. Anyway, they kind of boxed Kyler Murray in. He killed him a few times on the ground, but Saleh is going to be a head coach next year.
Real quick, Kevin Anthony asked.
I was just about to go there. Go ahead, Jeff.
Grant, I'll give you this one. Thoughts on the Bengals getting another weapon in the first round of the draft, like Jamar Chase instead of lineman, given Burrow's history with Chase?
Well, when you got Burrow getting hurt, I think I'd want to go for an offensive lineman.
Makes sense.
I think somebody just declared, who was it just declared for the NFL draft, top lineman in college? It just was on ESPN earlier.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember the guy's name either.
But he just.
But there's going to be a list of them, like offensive linemen.
The draft this year is stacked. There's 5 or 6 great quarterbacks. There's offensive linemen. There's defensive backs. There's good weapons to get picked up. Just for you guys that don't follow our Facebook page, please log on to it because, as I said yesterday on there, the Texans trading away the pick with Jeremy Tunsil has now turned into a number 5 pick.
Laramie Tunsil.
Laramie Tunsil, sorry.
So
number 5.
The Dolphins are going to make the playoffs and get a top 5 pick.
I don't understand.
Good
no one
on ya.
understands
Bob.
what's going on.
Bob. Bill O'Brien.
Oh, yeah. No.
Hey, you know what? Neither does J.J. Watt.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh.
Again, follow us on
hats
social
off
media.
to you, J.J. Watt, for that
That
speech
was
that you give that
awesome.
you did not have to give at all. Like, yes, that was amazing. That's what this team needed to hear because whoever – there was energy behind that. He's talking to some of the teammates that show up
Oh,
and they
most
don't
definitely.
give it their all.
He just didn't call him out by name.
Yeah.
And I mean, good for him for
Exactly.
not doing that. But
Yeah, you don't wanna
it was
do
a hell of
that.
a speech. Let's move on. Let's go. But there's
All
a lot
right,
to get to.
Let's move on. Yeah, Colts versus Steelers. Colts took it 28-24. The Steelers clinched the
told you.
AFC North, but the Colts had the Steelers number, seriously, 24-7 with 3:22
for
left
2
in
hours
the third
of that game.
quarter.
Yeah, for 2 hours of that game, the Colts dominated.
Exactly. And his defense held the Steelers to 171 total yards on 37 snaps. That means they were averaging 4.6 yards per play.
Yeah.
I don't know why I couldn't get that.
I can find it for you. It's right here. Lauren.
Yeah. I wasn't looking. See, someone just likes to look at my laptop.
Just like, here, I'll put the cursor right there for you.
You need to look at it. It's right there. Let me. Thanks, sir.
Yeah, that was a
Another
tale.
Red Bull. All right.
Yeah, well, he said he's going to have 3 of them. So that was a tale of 2 halves. First half,
Yes.
Steelers
Yeah.
looked garbage.
Like, who are- yeah.
Garbage. Second half, Colts look like garbage.
So the Steelers take on the Browns next week, who are no longer in the postseason, and we heard Baker Mayfield being so upset about it. What does that mean for him going up a team that beat them 38-7 in October?
Browns are going to come out and beat them. I don't think that the Steelers are even going to play anybody. I mean, I wouldn't. They're a beat-up team. and they've already clinched everything they need to clinch. So I expect the Browns to really get on that game. They're going to have their wide receivers back. As we all know, the Browns had their entire wide receiving core gone. I think that was the most passes ever to any tight ends in a football game.
Yeah.
So I expect the Browns to definitely put it on the Steelers next week in a game that means absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, Browns, I felt bad for them as Browns, as much as you can feel bad for a team like the Browns. They just didn't have anybody. Like, they didn't have anybody on offense.
Dude, their offensive line was just terrible.
Right.
I mean,
and
way to go, Jets, dude. Two in a row?
Yeah. Well, it goes to show you, Baker Mayfield, which I could say if you put anybody out there, maybe Russell Wilson would be different, but, boy, he didn't have anybody to throw the ball to. Not a single. I was reading that they had to get the guys integrated into the game plan, had to do it in a parking garage before the game to give them an idea of the routes. And
well, I had to pick up because of Jarvis Landry, wide receiver for the Browns, being in close contact with somebody, and then I had to pick up one of the receivers for the Browns. I mean, there was nobody left. And I was like, oh, let me just pick up one of these randoms that maybe he's going to get a touchdown. Like, at least he's going to throw to a wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
No. I think he threw to his wide receivers 6 times, maybe 5 times the whole game.
And the Browns are the third wild card right now.
Yeah, there's still a chance for them to get him.
Yeah, they're still an opportunity.
And that's why I don't think the Steelers.
Tiny hands.
We'll see. Let's move on.
All right. So we'll move on.
Baker still had 285 yards.
I know,
threw the ball 53 times.
Sounds like Roethlisberger.
That's crazy.
He's very sad after that loss. So the Falcons versus the Chiefs was next, and we talked about Travis Kelce getting multiple seasons, having 100 catches. And they barely slid past them. The most that I can say about this is what we said earlier is that the final was 17-14 Chiefs against Matt Ryan. Where's the motivation there?
This game's boring.
You can't.
Let's just go on to the Eagles-Cowboys
can't.
next.
I will say this. I'm not betting the Chiefs 10 or more as far as the margin of victory anymore. I've done that quite a few games this season, and I've lost every one.
I'm going to say, I'll say this now. I was going to save it till the end of the show with a little segment of mine. But Las Vegas won some money this week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness!
Yes, they did.
It was not.
I had a decent week,
so
but yeah.
offside. I mean, it was Las Vegas killed it for
but
sure.
I'm not doing Kansas City minus 10 or more anymore.
I do them by quarter. Just take the first half of Kansas City.
I feel like if they would go up against someone competitive, they would put it on them.
We'll see. Playoffs are coming.
Yep, we'll see. All right. Well, next,
here we
are
go.
going to your town. Eagles versus the Cowboys, 37-17. Cowboys stay alive, now winning 3 straight games. They are on a roll. Now in contention to win the division, eliminating the Eagles from playoff contention. The offense lit up with 513 total yards, which included, of course, Michael Gallup scrambling for the 55 yards, and then later on Ezekiel Elliott making plays that added up to 105 yards. Of course, Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb added to that as well. But I want to talk about a little bit of this defense with Randy Gregory. He said he feels like he is back at his highest level after finishing the game with 3 forced fumbles, which was a career high for him. And that hasn't been done in the Cowboys organization since 2016.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Now, the Cowboys have been proving, week by week. Do they actually stand a chance if they were to get to the playoffs and, go up against one of these teams that could be there?
No. They don't stand a chance against anybody in the NFC, in my opinion. But it is awesome. Yeah, that's a great. It is awesome though that they're playing better. The last 3 games, and the biggest difference in the NFL, the last 3 games, the Cowboys have taken the ball away 10 times and they've lost the ball 1 time. That's how you win football games.
Right.
You don't turn the ball over and you force turnovers. And as a result, they've won 3 in a row. Defense is playing better, not great. Deshaun Jackson killed him on a deep pass again. Hey, just so anybody in the Cowboys organization knows, Deshaun Jackson is fast. We should put somebody deep to guard him. He does that it seems like he does it every year to the Cowboys. Deshaun Jackson. Deep throw all the time.
What was that talking into the mic like that?
I'm just trying to make sure that somebody in Dallas understands or hears this because it seems like they don't know that. But yeah, no, that was great. But I'm not going to
do the construction concept.
I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm not going to get excited. I'm not going to get excited about it. I don't think that they'll make a dent in the playoffs. But hey, if we're going to go, we might as well try to do something.
Are you happy about this, or are you upset about this?
At this point,
because
I think,
of drafting.
I mean,
Lauren, pull your stats back up. What are we doing over here?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as far as their
agree with
pick
Grant.
goes.
I gotta agree with Grant. It's not going to change their pick. What do you think they're going to get through the first round? Probably not. And
No.
the NFL is shaky and finicky like this. Like, who are the Cowboys playing? With Washington next week?
They play Giants next week.
Yeah.
Giants, and
Yeah.
so you'll see. Maybe they're going to come out, maybe get killed by the Giants. It's such
Yeah,
a
who
week to week
knows?
basis with them. They have won a couple of good games as of late.
Offense
but
is
it's
good.
the division's still crap.
Yeah.
Like it's not like
I know.
it's not like they played the Kansas City Chiefs
Right.
or the Indianapolis Colts or somebody like that. It's so. I wouldn't take it too far as to say, okay, they're going to be a force in the playoffs. Just like Grant said, it doesn't matter. Like if they go, great for them. But
I mean, it's
if
awesome
not,
to
no big deal.
say.
And right, and on the other side of that, from the Cowboys, you have Jalen Hurts, where we thought he was so great after the last couple of times we've seen him out there. He finished yesterday's game with 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions.
And he was
It's who
supposed
we
to be
thought.
all over the TV yesterday prior to the game. Pick him for your daily fantasies. Pick him for your fantasy football, like in your leagues and everything. And he wasn't that good. Goes to the point to where me and Grant were saying, once you get through your third game or around your third game, defensive coordinators will figure you out.
Yes.
And you think that's what's happened to Kyler?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I'm sure people that listen to us consistently get tired of me and Jeff saying this. They're like, here they go again. But it's true. Coaches in the NFL are, for the most part, most of them, are smart. They will figure you out. They will figure out a way to beat you or to stop you from doing what you're
Contain you
doing
at least.
or to do what they need to do. They are smart. And defensive coordinators, Mike Nolan, as much as he struggled this year, he did some things that hurt the Eagles. And, of course, the Eagles, too, to their defense, they had a bunch of backups. Like they had one dude that was selling tires a week ago playing cornerback, and they killed him for like 182 yards. It was crazy.
If we get Lauren, I haven't read your computer yet, but please don't go over the Detroit game, because if I have to hear how great Tom Brady was again versus a defense that's like the historically bad, I'm going to lose my shit.
I didn't have the Lions
Good.
or the Bucks on
Good.
there. Nope.
Yeah, so Tampa Bay won. Just know that.
Golly. 2 weeks ago, they write them off like they're the worst team in the NFL. Now they're like, Tom Brady is just the greatest ever because he
Over the
threw.
Lions.
Ugh,
Over the Lions. All right, so we're going to move on from that conversation.
Pay attention to sports with balls. SWB other than ESPN. Promise.
Yes.
There we go. I love it. I love it. All right, and now it is your turn. We went from Grant's Cowboys. Now we'll go to your Fitz Magic. So the Dolphins versus the Raiders, 26-25. The Raiders defense looked super impressive until the fourth quarter. There was 19 seconds left. Fitzpatrick makes a deep pass to Matt Collins, which then set up a field goal in the final seconds to win the game. The big story, of course, though, was Fitzpatrick coming in, and he told the media he went out to the field just to take a peek at the game, and coach told him, you're going in.
Yep.
How excited were you when that happened?
I literally
he texted us.
I jumped up in my bed. I wanted to text Grant personally, but I was like, nope, I'm going to do it over the SWB text. And I was so fired up because I was like, here we go. And sure enough, 4 passes later, they're scoring a touchdown. And I was like, this guy, like for some reason, I just love his energy, the way he comes in and plays the game. He brings a different vibe and a different feel. Now, there was a couple of things that happened in that game that changed it. It was one of the most impressive and entertaining games I've ever seen in the NFL. The last 5 minutes of that game was phenomenal. It was crazy. You had the pass interference call was kind of whack. I did not think it was pass interference.
Yeah.
I didn't at all, and that set them up for another touchdown, which game would have changed if it wasn't like that. But the fact that Ryan Fitzpatrick came in and did what he usually does, it was awesome to watch that again. He's not a Hall of Famer.
Well, I was gonna ask you a question. I was gonna ask Jeff a question. Do you think they fitted him? Do you think they fit him for his Hall of Fame jacket before they left, or when they landed back at the?
No, it was when they landed. He was fired up.
All right, gotcha. All right. You know what they should do? You know how they always have somebody that goes up in front of the committee and gives a reason why somebody
Pitches
goes in the
their
Hall of
case.
Fame.
Yeah. They should have me.
They should have you do it.
I'll do it. But
We should have Jeff Michael
Listen,
to do
just for
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
listen, that was the first time I said that. By the way, the whole show.
What? Listen. I know. I'm proud of you.
Good job.
So Ryan Fitzpatrick's interview after the game was also absolutely amazing. He's a great person to interview.
I'd love to have a beer with that guy.
He's so good.
I bet you're not going to have one.
Now Tua will be back in. No.
I bet you're going to have multiple.
No, with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to have you doing shots and stuff for sure.
Yeah.
He's going to have it in his
Rob
beard.
Fitzpatrick's going to have you messed up.
I just
All right.
I think Tua is still going to
Kind of
start.
like back in high school.
Yeah. Lord. Can we get some supplements?
Yeah, we get something.
And
I don't think Mom's on tonight. Mom's
No,
on.
she's
well, the
not.
deal is that about
She's had enough of
that
this.
about concludes.
Vicky Sims Leal.
Hush it. All right, that about concludes this game, which the Raiders fell
Oh,
to
my
7-8 on the
God.
season.
Did you have a chaser?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right.
all
If
right.
you're just now tuning in,
sports. Professional broadcasting.
just ignore these two guys.
Yeah.
Just ignore these two
Professional
guys.
broadcasting.
She goes, "Hey y'all." I know. Do you mean "Hey y'all" like saying hi, or like "Hey y'all" like stop talking about?
I think she means, hey, y'all stop.
She means,
Okay.
hey, y'all, stop.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
No.
I hope
Love you, Vicky.
Hope
Love
you do, Mama. All right, so to finish that out, Dolphins in second place in the AFC East with a final game against the Bills. Your starting quarterback, are you going with Tua? Are you going with Ryan?
No, they're going to still have Tua in there. You got to see what you have. But this is Ryan Fitzpatrick again. For Tua, this is an incredible learning experience for him, and who better to have than Ryan to do something like this? I guarantee you, after Ryan was like, "This is still your team. This is what this, and this." So
being the
it's
team
great.
guy, like I'm sure he always is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, and to run down a list of the scores of the other games, and if you want to make some notes on them, like you said, the Bucs took it 47-7 over the Lions. We have the Bears over the Jags 41-17.
Wow.
Texans here in Houston.
By the way, Jaguars securing number 1 pick in the draft. Grant, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yep.
Here in Houston, 37-31. Texans fall to the Bengals, in which it was so scary to see Deshaun Watson's fingers caught in the face mask. If you didn't see that, go back and watch it. There's clips of it. And then the Ravens took it over the Giants, 27-13. So sorry, Johnny. All right. And then we have the Jets winning their second game this season.
The Giants
as I
still in the hunt
mentioned
for the
earlier.
playoffs.
Yes.
They're in the hunt.
They are.
They're standing at 5-10,
They are.
and they're in the hunt.
I'm looking at Lauren's computer. Sorry, Lauren, but it says 5-10.
Shocker.
I just,
All
and
right.
I'm like, they're 5-10, and they're in the hunt. Like, oh my god.
Yep, they are.
And then the Panthers took it over Washington, as I mentioned earlier, with Dwayne Haskins, 20-13. Chargers over the Broncos, 19-16, and Seahawks, 20-9. Over the Rams. Oh, and lastly, of course, the Green Bay Packers took down Titans.
Here's a question
40-14.
I'm wondering if anybody, this goes to the Rams, I'm wondering if Sean McVay is going to bring in anybody next season to compete for the starting job with Goff. Because I think Goff is a lot of their problem. That team's way too talented to lose that game.
Literally mentioned this about Goff. Like, he's not as great as everyone thinks he is. He can make clutch plays when it's needed, but I don't think he is solid. He's not accurate. It's up and down.
I was watching the game last night, listening to Troy Aikman doing the broadcast, and
Good old Troy.
he actually that's your boy.
That's right.
That is your boy.
But he brought up a good point in how good Goff is in a hurry up. And he is. He's a lot more accurate. He gets into the game a little bit more. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, look, they should have a steadier run game, which they haven't had. But who are the Rams? Like, I cannot figure them out. They're 2 years away removed from a Super Bowl with Goff. And last year, Goff was horrid last year. And then they win these huge games this year. And just they lose dramatically to these, like, bad teams. I don't know where they stand.
Sounds like the Rockets.
Well, they're
God.
super talented on defensive side of the football, and on the offensive side, they're not as talented. I mean, you had Goff 24-43, 234 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, a 61.6 rating. Like,
Junk yards.
That's just not good.
Yep.
That's just not good.
Yeah, I mean, I've said that. We go back and forth with Goff. We really do. But tonight,
Seahawks, but on the flip side of that, Seahawks coming back and looking good in that game.
Yeah.
After beginning of the year, you had
Defense is
Russell
better.
Wilson looking like the MVP first 5 games through the season. Then he just really slowed down. It's obvious to me that Aaron Rodgers is the MVP now. But they looked good last night.
it's just so hard to do that. Like, it sucks whenever the team around you can't help you produce that
Yep.
MVP award.
Well,
All
Aaron
right.
Rodgers is clear cut for me. Even Mahomes has been kind of shaky the last 3 or 4 games. So for me, I say Aaron Rodgers is the MVP of the league. There's 1 game remaining. I don't even know if he'll play that game. If it stops right now, I say Aaron Rodgers wins.
You think Love would go in?
Maybe. Why not?
Really?
They already have everything locked in.
All right. Well, that will wrap up some NFL, unless you got some final thoughts on Grant.
No.
We will move to the other team that made you happy.
I said something a second ago. I was like, we'll get to that in a second, Grant. What was
Jeff's
it?
going to do something else. So.
Oh, the Jaguars. I want to talk about the Jaguars locking up the number 1 pick.
Correct.
Just for a second.
All right.
Yes.
Because you've got their quarterbacks. Are they going to draft Sunshine?
Absolutely. I mean, if Trevor Lawrence comes out, yeah. I mean, they'd be dumb if they didn't. Or trade that pick if somebody's willing to give away the farm. A Herschel Walker, Dallas Cowboy
So
kind of
Gardner Minshew is not your quarterback.
No.
Why would he be?
I mean, I know he hadn't proved anything, but I mean, that just wasted draft pick on him.
So your top 5 order right now is Jacksonville 1, New York Jets 2, Houston to Miami 3, Atlanta 4, Cincinnati 5.
Golly, that Miami 3 pick is just unbelievable. Yeah, I guess you would take him. I mean, I don't know.
If he comes out, I mean, he doesn't have to come out. He doesn't have
We'll
to.
do a draft special. I'm sure coming up because there's 5 or
absolutely.
6 incredible quarterbacks that are coming out.
I was going to say, where else would you
I don't know. We're going to
think he
figure
would
it out.
go?
If he comes
right.
out. If he comes out.
All right, let's move on to some hoops. And I know you're excited about this too, Grant, like you said earlier in the show.
Oh, the Mavericks played yesterday?
The Havs. Yes, they set an NBA record for having the largest lead at halftime by 15 points.
Oh.
Previously, it was 47 points when it was the Warriors over the Sacramento Kings. They beat the Clippers yesterday. The Mavericks beat the Clippers 124-73.
Huh, I didn't know
Worst
that.
loss in history for the Clippers, by the way, by 51 points. Luka with 24 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists in 26 minutes. I know you're going crazy.
That was an ass whooping. It was, and I watched the game. I watched that. I've watched off and on. I watched a lot, but it was they. I mean, I tell you what, the Clippers. If that's how they look without Kawhi Leonard, they better hope Kawhi Leonard plays a lot of games.
I was going to say, how do you feel right now if you're the Clippers?
Bad, because I can tell you this: if Paul George is your guy, which is what he was yesterday, you're in trouble. Paul George is not the guy. It's Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard didn't play yesterday. So you got Paul George, and Paul George did nothing. And the Mavericks finally won a game. They won their first game of the season. I don't think the Clippers are that bad. I don't think the Mavericks are that good. It was just a perfect storm of the Clippers sucking and the Mavericks just playing well.
Listen to the bottom 8 teams of the Western Conference. The bottom 8. All right. Start
ahead.
Denver, Memphis, Houston, Golden State, Dallas, Portland, Utah.
Yeah.
That's the bottom 8.
Yeah, I mean,
Granted,
we're three games in.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's your starting. Last year, every one of those teams is in the playoffs.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's just funny how it's reversed. OKC right now is on top.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of Houston, they should have taken that game over the Blazers.
Oh, God.
They should have, seriously.
How many quarters of basketball have you watched, Grant?
I've watched quite a bit. I mean,
you're Dallas, though.
I've watched quite a bit.
Johnny, how
watch
many
basketball.
Johnny, how many basketball games you watch? There's 3. Let's just say there's 3. Yeah, thank you.
Johnny's like,
I'm in
the
He
that.
said
NBA
0.
season started? He didn't know until right now we started talking about it started.
No, he's still hoping his Giants are in the hunt, into the postseason.
The NBA right now. This is how I watch NBA. First of all, I don't watch the first 3 quarters of any game. It's just pointless, right? Until the last 5 minutes, especially being in Houston. You only watch the last 5 minutes.
That's crazy to me because you played basketball overseas.
I know.
It's just shocking.
And by the way, I found all that paperwork and everything at my mom's house when I was in Florida. I'm gonna bring it on the show one day. It's pretty
Oh,
cool.
okay.
It's pretty cool. It
Have
has
some photos?
has my itinerary and everything. Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Awesome.
But so it just those were my kids.
Oh, those are your
I was
kids?
to say there were some blocks back there. I think they were playing Jenga in it.
Napkin?
All right.
So, anyways, the
As far as
NBA.
the Western Conference goes.
Yeah, the NBA is just. This will all play itself out. You're gonna know the 8 teams that are there. It just. The NBA drives me nuts. Like the first 3 quarters don't matter. It's all about the last 5 minutes because nobody plays defense. It's look, somebody
Obviously,
somebody
here-
being down by 50 at half. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like this is professional basketball.
Yeah.
That's like somebody being down 100 at half in the NFL.
Yes.
Then again, you got to look
Yeah,
at you got to look
absolutely it
at
is. Yeah.
Jeff, to the Clippers' point, obviously the Mavs are playing to level. They haven't had that much of an offseason. And you got to think about that too. They were just in the bubble.
Well, that's true. I mean, you've got some teams, but you also got to think about it. Like a team like Phoenix, or these teams that didn't go to the bubble. Well, Phoenix went to the bubble, but these teams that didn't go to the bubble, it's been almost been a year since they've played basketball. So some of these teams should be very rested and ready to play.
Yeah, like the Knicks beat the Bucks by 20.
Yeah,
that should not happen.
Yeah,
name a Knicks player.
Kind of like you said. Yeah, kind of like you said. Julius Randle. I can tell you one.
There you go.
R.J. Barrett, whatever. I can tell you this. We're 3 games into the season. We're not in the. I mean, this is all going to be ugly. This is all going to be ugly at the first of the season. As Jeff knows, I've played basketball too. Like, this is the feeling out stage. This is the getting in basketball shape stage. This is the, all that. So I'm not going to trip out yet about the basketball. But, yeah, you got a league that is all about the three-point shot and not playing defense.
Did you see the graphic? Did you see the graphic I put up on Sports with Balls on the page about where the Rockets shot from? It was unbelievable. They had one jump shot that wasn't a three-pointer the entire game. Everything else was a layup or inside the paint, like literally 3 feet from the basket.
So Daryl Morey philosophy and Mike D'Antoni coaching.
No, it's going to take. Listen, it's going to take a while for the new head coach to implement his system, right? So
it is.
Silas, it's going to take at least a year for them to grasp the concept. What are we doing with Harden? They're not talking about we because we're in Houston talking about the Rockets, but it takes a while to get to that, but nothing's changing right now as long as James Harden is on your team. And I said this before. I said this like 2 months ago. Harden's going to be the leading scorer of the NBA. Rockets will be out in the first round.
Well, that's
if they make it.
Yeah. You bring up the point as far as meshing and this team being up, to par with the new acquisitions and whatnot, and of course the new GM and head coach. But that's exactly why Harden wants out, because he's ready for a final now. He's ready for a championship now, and he knows that's not going to happen whenever everything's new.
Nobody wants to play with him.
On his own.
Nobody wants to play with him. I had this argument with somebody on our page 2 days ago. He's hating on LeBron. I get it. I don't like LeBron either. But people want to go play with LeBron. They want to go win championships, and LeBron can recruit players. Yeah. Harden cannot recruit anybody, and nobody wants to play with him. If Harden wanted to go to L.A., LeBron would probably be like, nope.
No. Well, think about all the different people they've brought in.
Yeah.
They've tried everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody, but just get this. So we've played 3 games so far in the NBA. The team that leads the league is Golden State in 3-point attempts. 3 games. We've played 3 games. 3-point attempts. 125.
It's insane.
Do the math. Do the math on that. There are 11 teams that have attempted over 100 3-pointers in the NBA. That's an average of 33 a game. That's nuts to me.
We'll see how it plays on down the road. Like the teams that Klay Thompson's not there anymore for Golden State. All right, I understand why Steph is jacking up stuff left and right. I get it, but we'll see if your stats add up and winning championships or going deep into playoffs. If that's the way the old saying, live by the 3, die by the 3. That's been the Rockets' philosophy since Akeem Olajuwon left.
Yes.
So, and it hasn't panned out. We had our chance with CP3, pulled his hamstring, and we all saw what happened after that.
Yeah.
And it's been that same recurring nightmare every single game.
No injury with Westbrook, but wanting out for sure. And then another upset over Clips versus Mags, and then the Knicks versus the Bucks. Like you mentioned earlier, the Knicks winning by 20 points, 130 to 110. It just makes me question, you spent all this money on Giannis with the Bucks, and that happens, but
3 games.
Yeah, 3 games.
3 games. I digress. All right. I think
we'll revisit the NBA after 20 games because I'm not talking every segment about the NBA.
Yeah. And just so you know, your points per game leader right now is James Harden at 44.
Yeah, exactly.
44 points a game.
It might go down a couple.
Yeah, I bet it
He's
will.
a point scorer. That's what he does. He's great at it.
That's it.
He's not a leader, but he's a point scorer. There you go. Anyways, Grant, it's time to go back in history. What did we learn about December 28th?
A lot.
What do we know?
A lot. We've learned a lot, but first I want to thank somebody, if that's okay. I want to thank Tosin. Haven't seen Tosin in a while. Tosin, where you at, bud? Tosin, and let's see if I can find my notes here. Sorry. Texas AV Productions.
ABCD.
Yeah, AV Productions is your event partner for all things live production, setup, designing, installation, corporate events, concerts, and touring support. If you mention Sports with Balls, you will receive a free consultation. That's right, I said free. free consultation, plus 10% off your total bill. Call them at 281-241-7520. Check them out online at txavpro.com. Basically, if you want to throw a badass party, give them a call.
There you go.
So, did you know today is December 28th? Did you know that? December 28th, 2020. 3 more days.
Woohoo!
3 more days, and we're out of here, 2020.
You got it.
Did you see Nostradamus? Everybody's saying Nostradamus says like 2021 is supposed to be like even worse, supposedly.
Can I
like
say
some kind of prediction?
Can I say something really quick about that?
Sure, you got a mic.
I think it's I do.
Dude, Grant, I love you, Grant.
Thank you. Love you too, brother.
Hey Jeff, listen. So I was gonna say, as far as
Okay, all right.
you know what? It's funny. I saw this the other day, and it's like so true.
Well, Rumpelman
I
segment.
understand why the Roaring Twenties are the Roaring Twenties, because they had the Spanish flu pandemic happen in 1918. And it was like, okay, everyone was like quarantined, stuck in their homes, stuck, like you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Now, anywhere that you go, it's like you dress up to the nines. You dress up like
Right.
crazy, and you just to go over to your friend's house.
So you're expecting that in the next 10 years?
You never know.
Okay.
You never know.
Hey,
Like,
we can all
we can see you in
think
a flapper
positively.
dress.
I like that. No, that's not gonna
No,
happen.
I'm just saying it's like it's
God
kind of a
bless
funny.
us all if that ever happened. If you ever see me in that, like check me into a psychiatric ward because I've gone nuts. Go ahead. You have my permission. It's over.
You heard it here, guys.
It's over.
The show's
I've
about.
lost it.
Grant,
Show's over.
I've lost it.
Grant in a flapper dress.
All right, so I'm gonna go. My turn.
Just a bump. What do you jumper? What do you call those things? A
I don't know.
jumper?
I don't know what she's talking
What
about.
is
I don't know
short-
what she's talking
flapper
about. I know what
dress.
you're talking about, but I don't know why you said me. Like, why me? That was weird.
That would be
like,
funny
why would
as
I?
hell,
Like
though.
that, man. God, please. If that ever happens, I'm for real. Like, if you ever see me in a dress like that, like, go ahead. I've lost it.
We're gonna bet
Hey,
something soon.
and I'm
Your
not just
daughters
if you
would
if you
love
want
it.
to if you want to do that, like, man, God bless you. Go do what you got to do. Just for me.
God bless you.
Just for me, I ain't doing it.
I don't judge.
Yeah, nah, be you, man. I'm all for it. Do whatever you want to do.
All right, December 28th.
I'm
What's
a
going on
libertarian.
this date?
December 28th, 2018. Did you know UFC bantamweight champion Amanda Nunes of Brazil moves up in weight and KOs dominant featherweight Chris Cyborg Justino just 51 seconds into the opening round? She became the first female to win UFC titles in multiple weight classes.
Yeah, I saw that fight.
Go
it was
girl.
good. Yeah, she was dope.
We don't talk about UFC much, but I figured we would now.
There you go.
December 28th, 1905. Did you know the Intercollegiate Athletic Association of the U.S. was founded, which eventually in 1910 became the NCAA? So the NCAA was founded in 1910.
Nice.
Wow.
They're terrible right now.
Yeah,
but okay.
that corporate money grabbing. December
Vincent-
28th. What? Oh, go ahead. No.
No, I was going to say, Vincent
No.
said I'm doing a tux all year long in 2021.
Doing a tux. There you go. I like that. Let's do that. December 28th, 1958. The greatest game ever played, supposedly. The Baltimore Colts win the 26th NFL championship against the New York Giants, 23-17 at Yankee Stadium, in the first ever sudden death overtime game in NFL history. They had 17 future members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame playing that
That
game.
might have been the greatest game.
What? And what year is this?
This was 1958. Pay attention. December 28th, 1975. Did you know?
I was saying, like, that's just
Hold
crazy
on.
that's the first overtime game.
Yeah.
I was like thinking of the year, like, that's crazy. That's the
No,
first
it's
overtime
all
game.
good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good, Lauren. I'll make sure not to pay attention when you do something. So
Whatever.
December 28th. No, this is a great one. You got to remember. You got to listen to this one.
Oh, I
Pay
do?
attention.
Okay. All right.
Today, December 28th, 1975. Did you know the Hail Mary game happened? 32 seconds left in the NFC Championship divisional playoff game. Cowboys quarterback Roger Staubach throws a legendary 50-yard winning touchdown pass to Drew Pearson to defeat the Minnesota Vikings, and the Hail Mary is born.
Woo! That's exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's freaking fantastic.
You know, you said
That's the
it
greatest
like-
thing ever.
You said it like an infomercial at the very end whenever they speed everything up so they can get everything in the commercial. Really
Yeah, you
fast
remember
with it.
that? Yeah, remember that guy? Yeah, that's exactly. It's those drug commercials or whatever.
No, but that's cool. That's cool.
Today is Adam Vinatieri's birthday. He was born in 1972. The great, the late, died recently. Former Longhorn great, Cedric Benson. His birthday's today.
yeah.
1982. Cedric Benson, born in Midland, Texas, died recently in Austin.
Sad.
So,
Last year, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Cedric Benson.
You didn't bring up the Babe Ruth trade, but that happened a couple of days ago.
Yeah,
which is
because
very
it's not
interesting.
today. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we weren't here for a week, so whatever.
Grant will call you out.
Man, Grant's on it today.
That's right.
I think it
I
is
ate my
time.
Wheaties.
Thank you so much for enlightening us.
You're welcome.
On Did You Know?
Yeah.
I think
Thanks
it's
for listening to some of it.
some of it. I can't wait to see that flapper dress. Jeffrey, you want to drop the mic for us?
Yeah, I can drop this mic. Let's do it. A couple big things. We didn't talk about the baseball much. Blake Snell today got traded to the Padres. Anybody that paid attention to baseball last year saw the Padres were unbelievable.
Padres
they
are
were
good.
lacking pitching, and guess what?
They
They just got it.
Yeah, and they also signed KBO, which is Korean baseball all-star. What is this guy's name? Is Kim? We'll just say Kim.
No, say the whole thing. I want to hear it.
He had 109 RBIs, 111 runs, and 23 stolen bases this past season with Kiwom.
Sure.
Say the words that are coming out of your mouth. There you go,
Exactly.
Chris Rock.
So Padres made 2 huge moves today. If they're healthy, the Padres are going to be nasty.
They're going to be good.
Quick update, ESPN just put out, since we were talking about Kyle Shanahan and Jimmy Garoppolo earlier, Kyle Shanahan reiterates that he sees Jimmy G as his 2021 starter. So just update.
Let's see. On my trip,
Yeah, how was Florida?
Florida was great. I drove there and drove back, and on the way back, my truck hit 225,000 miles.
Oh,
Sweet.
Chevy Silverado 06, just a beast of a truck.
It is.
My parents were pissed off because I drove. They were like, you're not going to make it. And I went and had it checked out, made sure everything was good. And man, dude, 225,000 miles with my kids.
wow.
They were awesome.
My first truck, I went like a little over 200,000, and then
You're right,
it was
Grant.
time.
You're right. Changed everything about her.
Okay, I guess, Johnny, you can silence my mic now.
Lauren should just say back to me.
Yeah,
Back to me.
We'll
Back
have
to
that as
me.
a segment. Back to me. Let's see.
Jeff, shut up. Let's hear more about Lauren.
Yeah, my bad.
I didn't mean
Lauren,
it like that.
Drop the mic.
Sorry.
It's all good. We like to hear about Lauren.
Let's see. Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch. Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch was bought by the guy who owns the Pittsburgh Penguins today.
You know what?
$22 million, and I think it was like first on the market for like 100 and
Where is
something.
that located?
In LA?
In LA.
Topic I never
Huh.
thought we'd talk about on the show, Neverland Ranch.
Neverland Ranch.
Thought we'd never talk about that.
But sports related. The guy that owns the Pittsburgh
No,
Penguins.
hey, I like it. I was wondering where you were going with it, and I
bought the
like
Neverland
it.
Ranch
Interesting.
today.
I like it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. My kids love him to death.
Me too.
It's just interesting. I think the ranch when he first passed away was like $100 and something million.
Yeah.
He's got the huge
Yeah.
like a Disneyland back there or whatever.
Yeah, dude
Only
bought on
$22
it.
million.
Dude bought on a deal, man.
$22 million for
It's a
his
great
Neverland Ranch.
negotiation.
Bills are about to score. Please don't throw it, Josh Allen. I don't need it. Obviously, you two did very terrible in your fantasy football leagues. I appreciate that, by the way. Johnny, you lost as well.
I basically stopped playing about 5 weeks ago.
Lauren
so.
stopped in week 2, so it's all right. But
I think it was like week 3.
Lauren was gung ho week 1.
I
The
think it was
draft.
like week
A+.
3.
A+.
Yeah.
She won. She won the draft, and she's like, "I'm out.
All right.
I'm done.
Players do it.
A+.
I'm done.
But hey, guys, we're gonna not be there this Thursday. Obviously, it's New Year's Eve. You guys enjoy your New Year's
anniversary.
Eve. Y'all, your anniversary?
New Year's Eve, my
Happy
anniversary.
anniversary,
Happy anniversary.
to you,
16 years.
Melissa.
Yeah, 16 years. Yeah.
So
love
she's
it.
lucky.
y'all
I
be
love
safe
it.
out there, and we will see you a week from today on Monday night. Got something special coming for you guys next week. We're working on. So,
Oh, Lauren wants to say something.
We
Back to
will
Lauren.
see you next year.
oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, she's been waiting the whole hour to say that.
20.
She's like, I'm going to put that in.
Hey, man, thank you guys
Happy
for an
New Year.
awesome 2020 for
Yeah.
sports
Yes,
and ball.
Yes,
thank
hope you had a
y'all.
Merry
So,
Christmas and a Happy
Yes.
New Year.
Looking
Appreciate
forward to
it.
2021.
For Jeff, Michael, Lauren, Leal, Grant Miles, for the last time in 2020, this is Sports with Balls. We're out.
Later.
Bye, y'all.
6'4" and let the top dine. Trunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on foe. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side ho.